Welcome everybody to my latest video. So for this video, as you can see, it's not arcade related. But, you might still find this interesting. Or maybe not, who knows. Anyways, what we have here are obviously toys or collectibles or whatever you want to call them. But this is just going to give you a quick comparison of the Generation Toy Gravity Builder, which is their take on a Generation 1 Devastator, and comparing that to the Combiner Wars official Hasbro Devastator. Now, these are from two completely different worlds. Now, either one is fine. This one I actually got first a while back. It may have even been before I started collecting Masterpiece and third-party Transformers. I really can't remember. So, there's many people who like this one. There's many people who like this one. But, are those same people going to get both? Maybe, maybe not. And you'll see why. There's a world of difference. So, first of all, there's nothing wrong with this one. The official Hasbro version, it's a very nice toy. And it costs about, with shipping and everything, or, if you buy this online, brand new, you're going to pay anywhere between $125 to possibly $175. Maybe even more with the holidays coming. People, want to give it as a Christmas gift. I got this, actually, I had two of these. One I imported from Canada because I was trying to pre-order and all the US retailers were sold out. So I had one come from Canada, and then I actually found one in the US. I sold the other one, and this one I'm going to be selling too, because it's just not for me anymore. What was I? Oh yeah, I was talking about price. Sorry, brain freeze, or brain pause, whatever you want to call it. I don't know. I'm just doing this video off the top of my head. Why? Because I have nothing else to do. Alright, so back on track. So yeah, you're going to pay anywhere between $125 to $175 for this one. Do I think it's worth that? Let's put it this way. When I first got this, before I knew about all these and third-party and Masterpiece Transformers, I definitely felt this was worth the price. And I was very happy with this at that price. I had it displayed on top of my Star Wars cabinet. Now that I know about these, do I think this is still worth it? For me, no. I guess if I was looking for one and I wanted to display it, for me personally, I would only pay $50, maybe $75 for it. But don't take what I have to say, as stone, because I absolutely love this figure, and I just can't go back to this figure. Again, not that there's anything wrong with it. To many people, it's worth it. But let's start talking about this guy here. Now, this comes from a company calling themselves Generation Toy, and the name of the fully combined robot is Gravity Builder. Obviously, this is their version of Devastator. Now, whereas this one will cost you $125 to $175, if you were to get this whole set right here, right now, you'll be paying over $600. Yep. Well, maybe slightly under. Yeah, I paid roughly, I think, $95 plus individual shipping for each of these 6 robots. So, $95 plus tax plus shipping. It's coming out to about, what, 107, 104, 107. Times that by 6, I'm over $600 invested in this figure. Is it worth it? For me, it is. And some people, they paid their $600 up front. Other people just, paid one at a time. That's what I did. I got this at Big Bad Toy Store, and I reserved all 6 figures at one time. Now, the thing about Big Bad Toy Store and some of these other toy companies, they won't charge your credit card until the item is in stock, ready to be shipped. So, really, I only paid one at a time. But, individual shipping, other places give free shipping over a certain amount, etc., etc. Now, as you can see, this one is more detailed. A lot of finer detailing. This one, not so much. Again, this was made more for toy use. This one was more for display and collectible use. Now, I'm also going to show you the packaging. Somewhere I'll put it in this video. We'll get to the packaging. They're both nice packages. But again, if you decide to go this route, you'll see where your money's coming from. If you decide to go this route, you'll get what you pay for. So, I'm not going to break apart each individual bot and compare them to these guys. I've already done that in previous videos on all the robots, I believe, except for Hook. These guys on top. I didn't do a video on that. Why? Truthfully, I just didn't want to. I just wanted to combine this guy, and truthfully, it's going to stay in combined form. But let's compare right now the guns. So give me 1 second, and we'll compare the guns. Okay, so first we're going to take a look at the Hasbro Titan Wars Devastator. We're going to take a look at his gun. It's a little dusty. Let me dust that off. Alright, so there we are. Here's his gun. Pretty sure it's reminiscent of the original G1 gun. Can't remember for sure, but it's your basic toy, action figure gun. It does have some detailing. You can see right there, all this. Pretty nice. If you didn't know better, you may consider this to be a very detailed toy gun. Or an detailed Devastator action figure gun. Whatever combination of words you want to use. It does come apart. I believe this was the gun for one of the figures, and maybe this was the gun for another. I can't remember. It's been so long. But yeah, not bad. Now, let's compare the Gravity Builder gun. And as you can see, much more detailed. Now, this one also turns into like a cannon for the Hook individual bot, or I guess for any of the robots. I'm not going to show it into the cannon mode. There's no reason to. I'm just trying to compare I'm trying to compare items that both these figures have in common. So you take a look at the gun here, a lot more detailing. You can feel the heaviness compared to this one. Much more detailed. It's heavier, better quality, whereas this one's really hollow and, just, you can also hear it. Take a look at that. Very nice. Very finely detailed. Really cool. I'm not going to have this in his possession when he's being displayed because I like my quote-unquote Devastator just in a menacing stance. Okay. So, let's cut away and we'll start comparing the robots. Alright, so we're back. Let's move Gravity Builder out of the way. And let's bring in Devastator here. He's probably dusty. Oh, he's actually a lot taller than I thought. Can we raise this? Well, we'll just go like this. Now, again, very reminiscent of the G1 toy. In fact, the robots transform somewhat in almost the same fashion as the Generation 1 toy. Not completely 100%, but it's familiar enough to where you're probably not going to have too much of an issue. So, very big robot. You can see right here the treads for Bone Crusher and Scavenger. Forgot the names there for a second. The treads for them don't move. It stays to the robot, so, you know, this is how you move the arms. Okay. I like the chest plate here. Very nice. There really isn't much more massive advantages this toy has. It does look good. You can see even from the side. Take a look up. That's kind of out of whack. We'll just put that. There we go. There's his leg. The one thing I did not, at the time, the one thing that I really didn't like about this toy was the Mixmaster figure. And the reason being is this cement truck was molded after a more modern cement truck. I just didn't care for it. You see he's got this little tiny foot over here instead of the big fat foot that we're all used to. But, you know, whatever. So I'll take a look at the back. There we go. And then this side. Now, in terms of posability, you got some posability, you know, it's nothing great, but, you know, okay, well, that didn't work out, 'cause look, I just tore his leg off. Let me just cut this video right now until I get the leg back on. Okay, so I got his leg back on. I kind of just posed him in this wacky pose right here. But it does give you an idea of the range of posability that this figure possesses. It's not extravagant, but, you know, not totally worthless. Now let's take a look at his hands here. And there isn't much in regards to his hands. There's really no posability except for... there we go. His 4 fingers are all molded together, and he can just move it back and forth. That's really about it. The thumb doesn't even move. The hands turn, you know, that's it. So, again, not so much, but, you know, oh well. This figure is, it's very light for what, you know, now that I've seen the third-party stuff, this one seems very light. When I first got it, it seemed very heavy. But now, you know, it consists of a lot of hollow parts, and it's just not for me anymore, so I'm going to be selling this one. Now, let's talk about... Let's get this guy out of the way. In fact, let's put him over here. Now, let's talk about Gravity Builder. Now, I absolutely love this figure. Is it perfect? No. There are some flaws. And if you want really hardcore details about this figure, don't look at this video. There's plenty of other toy guys out there. Skullface Reviews is one, and MGO. You know, those are the only guys I really watch, but there's plenty of others also, and they'll tell you everything. Their videos will tell you every single little detail. But for me, you know, I'm just going to try and go through a quick view. I love this figure. Again, it's not perfect. The Devastator or Gravity Builder head, it's okay. I like it. I wish it was a little more molded, like, you know, how Devastator's head really should be, but, you know, I guess these companies are walking an extremely fine line, so they gotta have changes somewhere. Other things that I don't like the Gravity Builder chess piece. It's, I don't know, it just doesn't seem like it's molded right. It's, to me, it's actually lacking detail, which is very odd considering it's coming from a third-party company, and yet the official Devastator chess piece, in my opinion, seems much more detailed. So, yeah, very weird. It's just a solid piece. This one, there are movable pieces. One of the reasons is I believe this turns into a gun of some sort for an individual figure. I can't remember. But yeah, let's just take a look at the figure here. And you can see really all the details that go into it. Very nice piece. We'll turn them around. And look at that. The tracks on Bone Crusher and Scavenger are not movable. There is a third-party company who has their version of Devastator to which the tracks are movable. It's just not this one. One thing that I don't like, or I should say, yeah, besides the chest piece, I also do not like the way Devastator's back is, or, excuse me, Generation Toys' back is. It looks very open here. I loved the look that Devastator had with Long Haul. You know, you could see the dump truck portion back here. This one doesn't have it, so that's a negative for me. And we'll just turn them around again. Look. Get an idea of all the details. Alright, so if you're thinking of getting this figure, these figures, whatever, however you want to say it, or if you're looking to get into third-party figures in general, one thing you have to realize is the first run of figures don't always have the best QC. There's figures where there are issues, And in order to correct the issues, luckily, these companies will release fix-it kits on the next figure. So to give you an example, and I don't remember all the details off the top of my head, but let's go with, let's see, I'm trying to think of the guy's name right here, his third-party name. God, I cannot remember. What was his name? No, anyways. Yeah. I can't for the world remember his name. But for example, let's say there was something wrong with this figure. Maybe joints were too tight, or a known piece was cracking. Now, what the company would do is maybe on the next figure that was released, they would include fix-it kits for the first figure. So that's kind of cool. They didn't have to do that. Not all companies do that, but you know, there were some issues with this set of figures, and that did happen. There's an issue with one figure, and they released fix-its or extra pieces, spare pieces for the following figure, etc. I think, well, another example is right here, their version of Hook came with an extra face, I believe. And I don't know if that was a face for the Devastator head or a face for one of the figures. But yeah. I like this issue. His little, his hip joints seem a little loose to me. But, you know, he's not going to be moving too much. But you can see, yeah, he kind of swivels right there. You gotta look into that and see what's going on. Oh, I don't think he's tabbed in correctly. In fact, I know he's not. There we go. That should help a little. Ah, crap, he just came untabbed. I guess another issue is, again, kind of like what you just saw right now. There are certain tabs that pop out, you know, when you move the figure, but all in all, for me, it's still worth it. Nice range of motion here. I mean, you can just see the possibilities of what you can do here. Let's see. Nice movement on the legs you can do. There, just kind of give him a weird pose so you can see the possibilities. Yeah. And I just realized this is probably going to be a really long video, so sorry about that. But all in all, I really like this figure. Again, there's nothing wrong with that figure. You just gotta know what you're getting into. Actually, let's see, before I go, I still need to show you the boxes. And oh, let me show you something else that was very, very cool. Let's move this guy out of the way. Look at that. Remember the original Generation 1 Devastator? You can do shit with him. Alright, so we have let's get this up. These things. This is Tyrant and this is Megasari. What are these? Well, these are freebies. Now, Generation Toy, they gave, or at least I think this is how the story goes. I could be wrong, but if I'm correct, here's how it goes. Generation Toy gave all the retailers free copies or free Tyrant figures with the final release of their version of Hook. Now, the reason for that is it was supposed to be a freebie for customers. For customers who pre-ordered all 6 figures at the same time and bought all 6 figures from the same company, they got this for free. And this is, I'll open it in a second, but this is a little version. You have to put it together, but it's a little Megatron. And the gun, when Megatron transforms into a gun, he can be held in Gravity Builder's hand. Now, what is Megasari? Megasari was another freebie. Now, I think what was happening is Generation Toy did not get all the figures out within a certain time frame. I believe there was a delay, possibly due to a QC issue, and it took an extremely large amount of time to correct it. So, as a sorry to the buyers, Generation Toy gave the retailers Megasari to include with the final version, or excuse me, the final figure release, which was their version of Hook. So, either, you know, if you bought Hook, you got the Megasari figure. I think for a few bucks less, you could get it without the figure, and then the store would just sell the figure separately. But I was lucky enough to get both. I'm probably going to sell the Megasari. And what it is, it's the exact same thing as Tyrant, only he's clear. So, let's take a look right here. And yeah, you have to actually build him. Comes with all these screws. It's going to take a while. But here is what he is supposed to look like. Now, you can see all the 500 steps of putting this guy together. I guess that's the what he looks like when he's complete. Yeah, okay, not bad. Of course, I'm thinking. Let's see, where is the cannon? Oh. I guess because it's a figure you gotta build, and it's not already a gun. The cannon itself doesn't have to be orange. For when you turn into a gun, it's supposed to have an orange tip if the toy looks like a gun. But I guess because you gotta build this thing, they can get around that. But yeah, so that was really cool. I'm probably gonna, like I said, I'll build the Tyrant. At least that's my plan, and then I'll probably end up selling the Megasari. We'll just go ahead and open them up. You can see pretty much the exact same thing, only clear. But yeah, these figures are wonderful. Me, I prefer Generation Toys Gravity Builder. But if you just want to go down a nostalgic road, because you remember how cool your childhood was with Transformers, there's nothing wrong with Combiner Wars Devastator. But for me, I'm going with that guy. Okay, so here we are, and we're going to compare the boxes, or the packaging, for each of these figures, robots, Devastators. Now, this is, of course, the Hasbro Combiner Wars Devastator packaging, and it's very nice, really nice artwork. I mean, I really like this picture. It gives the feel of, what Devastators should have been. You got these little robots down here, and they kind of almost made them a little too small, but it just gives an idea of the size of Devastator, what some people consider. Now you can see over in this area, real nice, you got all 6 figures in their vehicle modes. I mean, just an overall really nice box. This would actually make a very good display piece. You know, whether it's in an arcade room or someone who's into Transformers or, you know, robots in general. Now, on this side, we have all 6 Constructicons in their robot forms. And again, you can see it's very reminiscent of the G1 toys. Now, on the sides, there's really nothing. Here, you can see Devastator, Combiner Wars. On the bottom, just Combiner Wars. Now, here's where it's really nice on the back. We got Devastator and pictures of all the vehicles, or excuse me, all the Constructicons in their vehicle and robot mode. And you can see right here, just raise it up a bit, right there it says Devastator is roughly 18 inches tall. And that's from the very bottom to, I assume, this point right here. So, yeah, you know, if you're going to the top of the head, maybe 17 inches. But overall, really nice packaging. And just for the heck of it, let's see. We will open the packaging. It's probably one of the last times I'm going to see this, because as I told you, I'm selling this. Yeah. Let's put that to the side. Instructions. Very nice. And look down below. Simple. Ooh. Huh. Did I get this other one from Big Bad Toy Store? Can't remember. But inside, your typical collector card, and just spaces for all 6 figures. That's about it. There's really no... I thought there was individual weapons. Hold on, let me check. Just want to make sure I'm not missing anything here. Okay, yeah, that's right. The quote-unquote weapons are actually parts of Devastator himself. Like his hands, the big gun, the chest piece, those are all their individual weapons. But yeah, that's really about it. So now, let me pause and I'll show you the Generation Toy packaging. Alright, so here we are, and we got the individual boxes for the quote-unquote Constructicons from Generation Toy. And here we got, sorry for the reflection, but there's some really nice boxes. Mixer Truck / Mixmaster. Navi / Scavenger. Crane / Hook. Dump Truck / Long Haul. Bulldozer / Bone Crusher. And Scraper / Scrapper. At least that's how I think you're supposed to pronounce it. I don't know. So yeah, these are really nice boxes. It also shows you where your additional money is going when you purchase these third-party toys. Now, in addition to what you see on top, the pictures, as you can see there, there, and there, the pictures all come down on this side, so it reveals more, you know, of what you're supposed to see. Now on the top, there's nothing. It's just Generation Toy. On the sides, nothing. On this side, nothing. On the back of all these figures, this is the best view I could probably get. Or, excuse me, on the back of all these boxes, there you can see a picture of Gravity Builder. Of course, you know, I don't know why they didn't put it in color. Would have been nicer, I think. But yeah, Gravity Builder, Devastator, whatever you want to say. But there, that's what's on the box. That's what's on the back of all boxes. Ugh. Now, how these open up, and these are really nice. And let me use where is he? Cranes, because some of these are tight. This one was not, but the boxes open up like this. Got this real nice inner packaging, Generation Toy. This pops off. Then you usually have your instructions, foam protection, and then inside is where your figure will be. So yeah, when you get into third-party stuff, you know, this is where your money's also going. So whether that's a plus or, you know, a disadvantage, because you could probably save a few bucks if they just did cheaper packaging, but for me, I like it. So there you are. Now you've seen the packaging, and we'll go ahead and finish up this video.
That's it, man. It's game over, man. It's game over.